Welcome to the VLenore Show. Here we will discuss lifestyle, beauty, celebrity gossip, and current events in our own way, my way, the style. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Oh, God. Hello, lovers. How y'all doing today? Hope you guys are doing well, baby. It has been a day, and I ain't even gone nowhere. I've been cooking and cleaning and getting injured around here. I cut my hand. Child. I made some spaghetti for dinner, which I haven't eaten, by the way. But I made some spaghetti and I was I was working with this food processor that I had not used before. It's brand new because mine is in storage and he didn't have one. Okay. So, mama had to go buy one, right? So I had bought one a while back, like a month or so ago. I hadn't used it. So today, because I needed to chop up the onions and the peppers and all that stuff and put it in there, baby, the little guards that they have on the blades? It's like the little plastic guard. Well, I needed somebody to guard me because I cut the shit out of my hand. I really did. I was bleeding all over the place, child. It was a whole hot ass mess. Okay. So I apologize, but that made things very difficult for me as far as getting ready. So anyway, I hope y'all doing well. Welcome to the VLenore Show. I'm your host, VLenore, and anything might happen around here. I just keep it real around here. Too real sometimes. They don't like it. They don't like it, baby. They don't like it. Well, today we're going to be true to who we are, and I'm still going to keep it real and debunk the damn lies. Now, look, I know I'm late on this. There was a video that Auntie Lauren did, and we got to talk about it. She did it about a month ago, child, but I've been busy. Y'all know I've been bi-coastal. Y'all know how it's been, okay? I've been going through some things. But I still want this on the list to cover. And I'm going to get to it today. All right? I'll get to it, damn it. I am. But first, I'm saying hi to y'all. How y'all doing? I'm sorry that I was late, y'all. I really am. Jesus. I kept pushing it off too. Anyway, forgive me. Thank you for being here and thank you for being patient. Hi, listen to me 301. Hey, Dimples Wimples 504. Hey, coffee is brewing. Aunt Natty, Nana and Nene is here. She's an introvert, NPR nerd. Siri Colette. Hi, honey. That says she's an introvert. Yeah, she's an introvert is here. She's an introvert. I got your email. I just happened to see it. I did not open it yet because I was over here getting ready. I didn't see it, but thank you, baby. I saw the first line in it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you checking on me. Okay. Hey, D-Dub. Hey, Shark Tank Life. Hey, Rossi. Make Beauty Forever. Just Nikki. Miss Nisi. Hey, Miss Kiki. We're going to talk about some of your favorite people on tonight, Miss Kiki. Yes, we are. Hi, Pammy. Hi, Sonia and Dion's Tooth Gap. Hey, Alteria, did you get my message? I have the video, but I need the timestamp. Did you see my message? Hold on. Check your messages, Alteria. Do me that favor. Hey, Wayne, what you want? What the hell? I'm going to bed, B, trying to keep everybody up all day. I'm sorry. Look, it's only 8-something here, Wayne. See what I mean, y'all? It's only 8-something here. See, Wayne about to go to bed. And I know a lot of people was trying to go to bed, damn it. I know. I understand. Hey, Diva Ray. Hey, Real. Hey, let's talk about it all. Hi, Miss Mad About Music. CS, it's the Rocks, Granny the Great, Mary Willis, 501 Queen, Tori Story. Yes, hey, Missy. Hey, Allegedly. Life Unleashed, Casino Lady, Delicate Dale. Ooh, wait, shut up, Kiki. Kiki a mess. Kiki a mess. Wait, what you say? No, it's been a day remodeling my coffee shop. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, go look real quick. I just need the timestamp where that is mentioned. I got the video. I just need the timestamp because I was trying to rush through it and try to find it and I couldn't. Hey, Juju D. T-Rain, Naturally Be Yourself, and Miss Boogie Down. Hi, y'all. Thank y'all for being here. Okay. Now, tonight we're going to be discussing, I know it's not Scammer Saturday. I didn't get around to doing Scammer Sunday, but nigga, we're going to do Scammer Monday on today. Okay. Scammer Monday night. Allegedly. Okay. All right. So today we will be discussing Jen and CG. Yes, from Basketball Wives. This is the Debunking the Lies episode. Okay. And we're highlighting Auntie Lauren. Yes, Auntie Lauren had some things to say to me, child. So I gotta respond to Auntie Lauren, child. I gotta, and I didn't watch this whole video, and I got a feeling we don't have to watch the whole video, but there's just a couple things we have to address, my love. Just a couple, not much. Here, hold on, let me. Okay, not a whole lot, but we do need to cover a few things. Okay. Hold on one second. I want to make sure I get the right spot. There we go. Okay. So we got one thing there we're about to cover. Yeah. Is that it? Yeah. Okay. Now, here, we're going to discuss a video that Auntie Lauren did. Did y'all hit the like button? Please help me out. Shit, I cut my hand for, well, not for y'all. Y'all see? I haven't put a bandage on there yet. My son just came home with some Band-Aids, but it hurts. Okay. So I cut my hand. So y'all hit the like button, please. All right. So what did I want to do? So she did this live because, you know, for a minute there she was trying to do reaction videos to the Basketball Wives episode, and she missed it. She missed a few. I don't think her heart is in it. I don't think she's built for this. Okay. I'm just saying. Hey, Rossi, would you say, V, this is perfect timing for me. I'm in the Midwest, but this is my downtime after getting mom to bed. You know what? When I was on the East Coast too, that's how I would have been fine with this time. I would have been totally fine. But I know a lot of people are not. But baby, you're going to see more of these lives because I cannot just be doing early day lives because I'm a night owl. So anyway, thank you, Rossi. Thank you, child. Let's see. I know which video. I gotta find it. One sec. Okay, take your time because we got some things to do before we get to it. So it's totally fine. All right. Because I just want that little snippet. So it's cool. All right. So hey, Prima Wanda. Okay. So let me share my screen. So we are going to listen to what Auntie had to say, child, because she was talking to me on this day, on this good day. Let me move some things around. Let's make her bigger. Let's make her the star that she is, honey. Okay. All right. Auntie Lauren. Hey, girl. Hey. Oh, Lord. Work in progress. We ain't even started yet. V, can I just say I am happy to be here. I was mistreated at Native's house. He put me in the furnace like 3 times. Work in progress. I love you and I appreciate you. Actually, let me say this so you can see me. I appreciate you so much, work in progress. You're one of my favorite people. And I enjoy, your humor and your participation. But sometimes, honey, I want to put you somewhere. I just don't have nowhere to put you. Because you be showing your ass. I love you though. So I just say that to say I know why Native put you in the shit. And I wasn't even there. I wasn't even there. I didn't see the live. I don't know what happened, but I'm sure. Work in progress. I'm sure you did something to deserve to be there. Okay. All right. I was supposed to be building a bell tower to send folks to, but actually Native was supposed to be building a bell tower, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, girl, I got you though. Okay. I got you. You safe over here. Okay. Just because I don't have nowhere to send you. Okay. Anywho, all right. Now look, let's get back to her. Let's get back to this one. This lady right here. Okay. Who has so much to say. Now I'm going to start playing because it takes her a while.
Hey, everyone.
Oh, wait.
Hi.
She's still. Okay. Wait. What, girl?
I'm going to let you guys, everyone come on in.
Oh, shit. Let me just say this. I'm sorry. Let me just say this. Sis is very awkward to me. I feel like, and I don't mean that in a really bad way, because honestly, you can tell she's just not used to being on camera doing this kind of stuff. And I get it. And it comes with practice. The more you do it, I'm gonna be honest, the first time I had to talk to a computer was the weirdest shit ever. I'm a speaker by trade. I'm used to auditoriums at times, gymnasiums and shit, full of people, churches, I'm used to all of that. And I'm used to classroom work where I'm feeding off the energy of people. Honey, the first time I had to talk to a computer screen, I was like, this is the weirdest shit. I feel weird. Okay. So I feel like Lauren is coming across awkwardly because she's not used to it. And yeah. So let me give you a little advice, Lauren. But either get you some music, get you something that can be playing and you can be doing some things if you want to wait for people to come into the room, or figure out some things you can be saying like, hello, how you doing? I'm giving you some tips, girl, because you want to do this. You want to do this. Okay. So let me tell you something. Okay. So look, like get you some music or something, or think about some things you want to say, like, oh, I'm tired. I've been like this, that, and the other, and it's been a long day. Things that aren't really that important to be sharing, and that you can just give people time to get into your room. Otherwise, just stop talking. Just stop talking, because this awkward silent shit right here is a little weird. I'm just saying, but I'm gonna let you do you. Okay. Let me hit the. Ooh. Okay. There we go. See, it takes so long and it feels so awkward. And then when she first says something, I'm sorry, Lauren. I'm not really trying to pick on you, but you had some things to say about me. So here we go.
Hi, everyone.
Hi. Let's make her the star. Boom. Huh?
I'm going to let you guys, everyone come on in. And y'all are just joining a lot faster than what I'm used to. So said I was going live at 9:15 Eastern Standard Time.
Mm-hmm.
And
what?
Yes, I am allowing people to join me this live as well too. We're going to talk about it tonight.
And let me say this. The only reason I think she allows people to come and talk and be there with her is because she feels awkward talking to the screen. I get it, girl. Just do it more often. You'll get the hang of it, sis. And stop bringing all these people up all the time. Just talk. Because you end up just talking anyway. They don't even be saying too much. So, girl, just act like they there. Okay, girl.
I haven't went live in
You haven't gone live.
3 weeks. Y'all, this live shit, I mean, like this whole live and everything stuff be like, it's a full-time job.
Yeah.
For real. Like, it's a really full-time job. Like,
hell yeah.
I don't know how these content creators don't be getting tired.
We
like,
do.
I after the first few I did, it was like, it was cool and everything like that. Everybody tired, y'all. Everybody tired. My husband tired, son tired. Everybody like, you put everything, you do everything, figure it out yourself. We'll help you. Don't nobody care no more. My family is so, hey, hi, you guys.
Hi.
My family is so used to a quiet, like just no routine, like no structure. We get up, or my husband and I, we get up and do whatever we want to, whatever we feel like doing that day, whether it's chilling at home and standing at home, enjoying, each other, or we decide, hey, let's get out, let's ride, let's hit the city today or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And me having to prepare to go to do lives on Mondays, people DMing me about the show. And I just be thinking everybody just watch the show when it comes on, or maybe like a couple days later. But then I be getting DMs also saying, oh, we just saw you on the show, and I just saw you show, or, or people, the reels that I have been posting, where people are like, hey, we, the reel that I posted of Jen, like I said, dancing, that everybody's taken to, that's still like doing numbers and stuff like that. So
okay, let me stop. Okay, let me call out one thing, something that I mentioned, if not in the last live I did regarding this subject matter, or the one before that. What I realize is that if you look at her Instagram page, if you look at her Facebook page, if you look just her social media in general, prior to about a month ago, this is no lie, prior to a month ago, she didn't have anything on that page but Jen, Christian, and Evelyn. Jen, Christian, and Evelyn. I didn't know who she loved the most, Jen or Christian. It felt like she loved Jen more than she loved Christian. I'm just saying, that's what it felt like. Then, if you take a second look at it, you might think she loved Evelyn more than she loved Jen and Christian, because that's all I saw. Now, when I called that shit out, suddenly there were less posts. Suddenly there were posts of the grandbaby, posts of she and her husband, posts of her doing other things. Because my question was, if you have grandchildren and you have children, why are Jen and Christian your focal point on your social media? Unless you're obsessed. Now, that's what it's giving. It's giving obsessed. Now, whether she's obsessed or not, I don't know, but that's what it's giving. Okay. And in the same way I thought she was obsessed with Jen and Christian, she seemed even more obsessed with Evelyn. Now, Lauren, I'm sure you're going to see this, and I'm sure you're going to feel away, and I'm sure you're going to say something like, I'm not telling the truth, but it is the truth. That's how I felt. Okay. That's how I felt. Now, so now she's talking about the post. Again, she's talking about a post that's doing numbers. So actually, what's she called doing numbers? Let me look. What does she mean by is doing numbers? Let's see. Let's see, child. Okay. We can go here. And she said, so this was about a month ago. So about right here. Okay, what's she talking about? I don't know what she's calling doing numbers, so maybe I'm missing something. I don't know if she means that they're doing numbers on Instagram. I don't know what she's talking about because I'm looking at her page and I don't see what she's saying. So anyway, forget it. So at the end of the day, Lauren is very, very obsessed. To me, it comes across that she's obsessed with Jen and Christian. And I just think it's the celebrity of the whole situation. Now that might not be true, but it feels that way. What you say? Nobody is asking you to come live, Lauren. You see how long it took them to get in there? I don't even know how many people was in there, child. But yeah. What you say, Mary Willis? She is a Evelyn fan. She is an Evelyn fan. That's what I think. But okay. So anyway, all right, let's listen to her talk. I don't think we're going to listen to this whole thing because I just want to cover the part where she addresses me.
As you all have probably seen, Jen and Christian have been on vacation since June the 15th. Mm-hmm. They have been vacationing since June the 15th. A couple of days before for Christian's birthday. They literally came home for about 4 days. That's it. A little break. They came home 4 days just to repack. Drop those suitcases and repack to go to go back somewhere else. So when I was sticking in for them and doing the recaps for them, then I got tired. But I want to clear something because I am going to allow people to join me. We're going to talk about tonight's episode. We're going to talk about last week's episode. We're going to talk about a few episodes. But I want to just clear the air about something. Y'all know Auntie always got something to clear the air about.
Oh, God.
So a couple weeks ago, I did a live. And it was a Facebook live because I did a live about something that a friend of mine and I had just talked about. A lot of people who know me know that Ricky Smiley and I are really good friends. And he's known me since childhood. Like, we are very close. And I addressed something. He and I talked on the phone and we were talking about something. He called me and we were discussing something. Mm-hmm. And I was telling him, yeah, I could totally relate to it. So I did a live talking about it because he asked me to. He asked me to do a live talking about how I can relate to it. Like I said, Ricky and I grew up in the church together. I have always supported Ricky in a lot of endeavors that he does. Like, Ricky Smiley is very dear to me. Y'all. I did a live about this. And do y'all know this particular content creator
who
took that live that I had a vulnerable moment about and spun it to something totally different? Because I said, I stay in my lane, I mind my business. That Evelyn and my beef is with Evelyn. And I said I had nothing to say about anybody else on the show and what they were doing and what they were going through, because my beef was with Evelyn. So if my beef is with Evelyn, then I'm going to stick to that lane. Like, that's the issue.
Hold on. So I didn't change anything where that was concerned. Hey, just Nikki. I didn't change anything where she said that. She said her beef was with Evelyn. I said to myself, what beef? Now that's what I said. I feel like she's beefing by herself. I don't feel like Evelyn is beefing with her. Evelyn don't be talking about her. But she is always talking about Evelyn and Jen and CG. Okay. So that's a lie. Okay. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all the other lie. Oh, shit. Hold on. See. Yeah. Hold on 1 second. There's another lie that is crazy to me. And it's interesting. I can probably pull that up while she's talking. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna let her continue to talk, because is that there's a lot of lies and there's a lot of things that a lot of these people in this family do alike. Okay. There's some things they got in common, child. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna let her talk about me. Okay, and then I'll prove another lie.
Evelyn and I have had this issue for a while now.
Evelyn and I have had the Evelyn. I don't know if you're watching or if you're going to watch. But are you beefing with Lauren? Are you beefing? Do y'all have an issue that's been going on for a long time? I'm just asking. But okay.
Since Jan and Christian got married, we've been having this beef. The beef has unfolded on TV. The beef has unfolded online or whatever like that. So I said that my beef was with her. Basically clarifying that I don't have an opinion on anything else in regards to what goes on the show. So if someone's asking me about Jackie and her situation, and Chantel, or somebody's asking me about Brittany or Denise or me, anybody else, that ain't my fucking business. That it was about Evelyn, and it's always been about Evelyn. I feel like Evelyn owes Jennifer and Christian an apology. And I stand on that. She owes them an apology. And so she took what I said. Let me clarify something.
Me?
I never said that I was moving anywhere, going anywhere because of filming, because of the show. I said that a lot of people have asked about me coming to the reunion.
That's what you said?
A lot of people have asked me, I hope you be in a reunion. I've had hundreds and hundreds of comments of people saying, Auntie.
I haven't even seen hundreds and hundreds of views, let alone hundreds of comments. But okay, fine. Maybe you have. Let me ask you this. I don't recall her being on one episode. Was she on more than one episode? Can somebody tell me? If anybody that's watching knows, was she on more than one episode? Because I'm not really clear on why she would show up to the reunion if there had been a reunion. Because I only recalled, and I could be wrong, I thought I saw the whole season. Some of the episodes I watched twice because I wanted to talk about some stuff. Oh, she was on 2, Kiki? Okay, she was on 2 episodes. Now, I know the marriage episode. What was the other episode? Both 3. What was the other one? I know she was at the wedding, right? At the Vegas wedding. And she addressed Evelyn. Okay. Okay, so she had lunch with Jen and Christian. And then she, okay, or dinner or something. Okay. I can't remember that. But nevertheless, that's 2 episodes. Why would she be at the reunion? Because she's kicking up dirt on the internet? Okay, I'm going to let her talk, though, and then we're going to come back and revisit what she's saying. Because one thing she is saying here is that she never said she was moving to Vegas and she wanted to be there in time for filming. She never said that, right? Okay. Just want to make sure she's saying she never said that.
Oh, I hope you be at the reunion. Auntie, I hope you come to the reunion. Or people messaging me, I hope they bring you to the reunion. What I said was, I've had people to ask me about coming to the reunion and that I don't know what is going on in terms of filming. And when I say close, when I talk about filming, I mean to be there for Jennifer and Christian. Not that I felt that Basketball Wives in any way was talking about me being filming or me doing this or whatever like that. I don't know that. That's the farthest thing from my mind right now.
Wait a minute. Ma'am, then why did you bring up filming when you talked about moving? Why? And let me ask you this. Jen has been on and off this show for over a decade. She never needed you to live near her while she was filming for most of that decade. Why would they need you? You're literally uprooting, you and your husband are uprooting from Atlanta to go to Vegas so that you could be there with Jen and Christian. Where are your kids? You need to uproot to be with these grown ass niggas, but you gonna leave your kid and grandkid behind? Okay. You see the logic? See, that's not logical to me. That looks like somebody who's a little starstruck. It looks like somebody who wants some attention. It looks like it. In fact, this whole beef you have with Evelyn, it feels like a clout chase. It feels, thank you, child. I didn't even see that. Be the one. Exactly. It seems like a whole clout chase. You are running across the country to be with these people. A nephew whose children you have never even met. Baby, you got to make this make sense to me because it don't make no sense. We too grown for this. No. But okay, girl. Okay, let's listen.
However, I'm going to be there to support Jennifer and Christian when they are filming. Just like I was last year. I was in LA for 6 weeks. When Jen started to feel uncomfortable, when she started to feel like things was getting shaky, when she started to feel like, Auntie, I can't, the mess has started already. This is how, she started to feel a certain way. We flew out there.
I'm sorry. I'm still weirded out by the fact that a grown ass woman who is the same age as you, who was dating your itty bitty nephew. I just find it weird that this grown ass woman who is the same age as you, who you've only known for about 3 years, is calling you auntie. That is some weird shit to me. Girl, that's weird. That is so weird, honey. But okay.
And I'm going to be there to stick beside her, have her back, make sure her and Christian are good. So that is what let
me say this. I don't think that Christian and Jen need you to go across the country to make sure that they're good. I don't think nobody's going to really mess with them. Hell, this nigga did prison time. I think he know how to take care of himself. Okay. He a little pretty boy too that was in the jailhouse. I bet he had to fight every day. Okay. At least the first few days. I bet he was in there like Macho Man every single day, walking around there scared he was going to have to fight somebody. So I think he can take care of himself. And I think he'll take care of his little wifey. Okay. I don't think they need you for that, Lauren. And I think that Jen has been on this show and never once did she need her and Auntie to be back at the house. Who is going to be at the house for your kids? Aren't they in Atlanta? Who's going to be there for them? Who's going to be there for your sweet little grandbaby? And you know what else? There was the thing you keep saying you were there for 6 weeks, which is interesting because remember you told me on this show that you were there for 6 weeks because you were there to address Evelyn. And then Evelyn never showed up. Evelyn does not care. I'm going to go on a limb, okay, and say she don't care. And I'm going to prove it in a minute. But did y'all see the interview that Evelyn did with the Shade Room? Came out last week. She mentioned Auntie one time. If she did, I missed it. If she did, I missed it, just like I missed her on that second episode at lunch or dinner. Okay, I missed it. But she didn't mention her, not one time. So I don't think Evelyn is beefing with you. I don't even think you're beefing with her. I think you're clout chasing her. I think you want relevance in the storyline so that you can maybe get a part in the show. Look, I got some tea about that too. We'll get back to that in a minute. But let's listen. Let's listen. Uh-oh.
I said,
what you say?
In regards to filming,
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea, you guys, about the next season, about me or anything, a reunion or nothing. What I was speaking on was that when they start to film,
Mm-hmm.
I will be there to support Jennifer and Christian as they have asked me to.
Oh, okay.
And stuff like that. So that is what I was speaking. So I just want to clarify that, because I don't like the narratives being out there in the universe that I said that I need to be close to California or I need to be in Las Vegas because of filming. That's not the case. Okay. So let me just clarify that.
Okay. Before she goes any further. Okay. I'm going to play something. I have to play it from my phone. So I'm just going to say this real quick. For the next like 3 minutes, don't nobody text me. Okay. Just for 3 minutes. Cause I couldn't move this video. It's just a clip. I couldn't move it to like email for whatever reason. I don't know why I couldn't. So I can't like show it on screen like that, but I am going to turn my phone around just so you can see that it's really Lauren talking. Okay. I'm not going to show it the whole time. All right. Because people are texting me. So I'm not going to show it the whole time, but I just want you to see that this is Lauren's face, mouth, live over here talking. Okay. So hold on one second. I got to show you this because she's saying, I don't know how else we were supposed to interpret what she's saying. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Can y'all hear? Okay. That's her. Okay. Y'all see? That's Lauren talking.
Then filming for Basketball Wives and stuff like that is going to start up, again in several months from now. However that goes or whatever. And we'll have to start, getting prepared for different things. I don't know. I just don't know what the future holds in the sense of filming and stuff, but I do know that we're expected to be close in regards to filming.
What? Wait a minute. Wait a damn minute. What does that mean? What does that mean? I'm playing it again because, baby, I know what I heard. Hey, Queen Lily. Y'all can't hear it good? Let me see. Shit. I wish I could. Let me. You know what? Maybe I can get it emailed to me. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Maybe there's a way I can get it emailed. Okay. Okay. Can you email me that clip, please? And then that way I can show it on the screen and everybody can hear it. Okay. All right. So I might be able to. So she says, I'm not going to tell you what she says. I want you to hear it for yourself because she's saying that I twisted her words. I know she hasn't said my name yet, but she's talking about me because I came out here and I talked about what she said. And I know what she said. And what she said was, hey, know your own word, is that that she needs to be in Vegas during a certain period of time because of filming. That's what came out of her mouth. So I'm trying to see if the person can email it to me. Hold on. What they say. That way everybody can hear. Okay, perfect. They're going to email it. So we'll listen to her talk for a little bit longer.
so and I get it. It's these content creators. It's their jobs.
Yes. Thank
To
you.
spin shit. They want to sit on there for hours and hours and hours and talk shit. But that's just not who the fuck. That's not how I am. I have so much going on in my life, positive and things to do. That I just don't have time for the negative. Like that's some like set up, straight up miserable bitch bullshit for real. Like any grown ass woman who sits up for hours and hours and hours and talk about shit that other people got going on in their lives, it's no way they could possibly have anything going on in their fucking life at all. Because the way me and my husband be around here, loving on each other and playing and trying to get out, watching movies and entertain, it's no way that I could do that on a regular basis.
Okay. So let me stop you. Okay. So first and foremost, ma'am, you said it. This is our job. Okay. It's our job, but it is not my job. Okay. It is my job to come out here and tell the story, but I don't spin shit. That's not something I do. I call out the shit that I hear. I will show you the shit that I hear and call out what's contradictory, but I don't have to spin anything. Y'all the one out here spinning shit because you will say one thing and then something else will be proven different. For instance, you said that your nephew paid his child support. You said he paid it early. That lady ain't got no child support yet. I just want you to know that. I think the first payment was supposed to be in July. Was it July or June? Well, she hasn't received it. You said on one of your lives that he paid it early. That is a lie. I call lies a spin. It looks like you're spinning the truth, Lauren. He has not paid his child support. You also said that the man has a team of wonderful lawyers, that it didn't make any sense why these victims would come on my show and talk for 5 hours about the shit that June 15th. So it was June. It was supposed to be June 15th. That's what you're saying? It's supposed to have been June 15th that he was supposed to make his first payment. You said that he paid it early. He hasn't paid it at all. It's August. We about to be in September. It's August 25th. We are about to be in September. This Negro has not paid his child support. I'm guessing he hasn't seen his children still. But you want to abandon your kids and grandkids to go run around with this nigga. Why don't his mama move to Vegas? Is she going to move to Vegas? Maybe she should go. Why you got to go? You ain't even met his kids. You ain't even met the mother of his kids, who he was with for multiple years, who he lived with, who he worked with. You haven't met her. Make that make sense. Let me tell you something. I don't have any nephews, real or fake, that I would move across the country to be near. Now, I will move across the country to be with my son, which I did. But moving across the country to go be next to somebody who is being accused of all kinds of bullshit when it comes to scamming people. That's what you want to be next to? That's a spin to me. You spinning the truth there. You're trying to make it seem like you're going to be with him because you want to support he and Jen. I think you want to be on the show. I think you want to be on the show, or you want to be in the social media with them. You want to be in videos with them. I don't know, but that's a spin, honey. You are spinning the truth. You want to be on that damn show. Hold on one second. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. I think I just received it too. Hold on. Okay. Let me go over here. Yay. Okay, let me close that. All right. Perfect. I want to make sure there's nothing on here that says, oh, Ooh, that was close. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm gonna bring this one down and show you the one where she said she wasn't moving across the country, right? To be on the show or to film. That's what she says, right? Okay. All right. Let's play it now. Okay. See, ain't nothing like your own words. Now, the reason why I had to use a screenshot and get this video from somebody else is because you removed the video. Let me say that again so you can see me. You removed the video. Why did you remove the video? Instead of talking about what you really said, why don't you leave the video up so the people can really hear what you really said? Well, don't worry about it. We got it. Okay. All right. So we're just going to play what she really said. Okay.
Oh, no, unless somebody very close to me passes away, I won't be back here before we relocate to Las Vegas because of my schedule in August. And then we're moving in September. Then filming for Basketball Wives and stuff like that is going to start up, again in several months from now, and however that goes or whatever. And we'll have to start, getting prepared for different things. I don't know.
Why?
Okay. I just don't know what the future holds in the sense of filming and stuff. But I do know that we're expected to be close in regards to filming.
Huh?
So that being said,
what you say?
I know a lot of you are seeing the videos, the internet. You've seen the episodes and stuff. But if you see how I am about my nieces, my nephews, my family, you don't want me to go crazy when it comes to my husband and the
Okay, let's play that one more time. It's just a 1-minute clip. I just want to be clear. Did I twist something? Did I spin anything? This lady said out her own mouth that she was going to be in Vegas around September because what? Why are we talking about Basketball Wives if you are not trying to be a part of Basketball Wives? Oh, God. What'd you say, Alteria? Sound like she's trying to be on the show. Yeah, that's what. Well, I got news for you. That ain't going to happen. But okay, we'll get to that in a second.
Oh, no, unless somebody very close to me passes away, I won't be back here before we relocate to Las Vegas because of my schedule in August. And then we're moving in September. Then filming for Basketball Wives and stuff like that is going to start up, again in several months from now, and however that goes or whatever. And we'll have to start, getting prepared for different things. I don't know. Okay. Really? I just don't know what the future holds in the sense of filming and stuff, but I do know that we're expected to be close in regards to filming.
Interesting.
So that being said,
okay,
I know a lot of you.
That's really the receipt. Okay. Did I spin something? Did this lady say she was going to be there? Did she say that she was going to be in Vegas during the time of filming and that she was expected to be close during filming? And if that's not what you said, and if that's not what you meant, why did you remove the video? Hey, Tobias. Hey, Tobias. Huh? This lady said, I must be miserable, child. Now, one of the things she said was that this is what we do when we're filming. Hold on one second. Know your own worth. Thank you, girl. Know your own worth just gifted 5 memberships. Actually, she gifted 10. Damn it. Know your own worth. Thank you. Hold on. Let me see some. Let me see who got them. Thank you, love. Okay, hold on. Let me see who got them. I hope I can still see them. I can see. Oh, I can. Okay. So, always a lady, woman of God, Nikki G, Very Cherry, Donna Michi, the RN, AB 504, Nesto 21 Days Fast, Mad About Music, Bootleg Dreams, and Nobi Dane have all been gifted memberships from Know Your Own Word. Thank you so much, Know Your Own Word. I love you. Thank you. I miss you, girl. Okay. All right. All right. Thank you so much, Know Your Own Word. All right. So anyway, now let's talk about this filming thing. So I have spoken to someone very close to the show, okay, who has told me that Lauren will never, ever, ever film on Basketball Wives, baby. I think that's why the video came down. Now, I think she got a clue that she wasn't, or either that she wasn't going to be filming, or that there was a chance she might not be filming. And I think that's why that video came down. But I have been told by someone who is very close to the show, who is a very trusted source, that she ain't filming. And I don't think Christian gonna film. Now, from what I understand, there have been some threats, and people have felt very uncomfortable as far as production people, producers. The network doesn't like the fact that Christian and Jen have been doing interviews and saying very nasty things about the network. But Auntie and Christian, I don't think they're going to be on the show. Now, does that mean Jen? I don't know about Jen. Jen might be on the show. Hell, Christian might not be on the show because he could be in jail by then. Child. I mean, he got a whole RICO. He looking at a RICO, multiple lawsuits, and he ain't paying his damn child support. I mean, that's a recipe made for prison. That's all I'm saying. Okay, that's a recipe made for prison. Now, there was something else I was looking for. Hold on. There was something else that I saw the other day. And I can't find it now. But another lie that Auntie has told us. Damn, where is it? Is it here? Auntie told us her name was Lauren. That's a lie. It's not there. I just saw it somewhere. So she put in for a name change. And oh, that was the other thing. Altira, good point. I'll get to that in a minute. She put in for a name. Oh, there it is. Here it is. Let me pull this up. Ciao. Here it goes. I said, this is weird. Oh, Jesus. Just odd to me. But very much like her nephew. So I guess they get it on this show. Okay, so as you can see, this is Lauren's Facebook page, okay? And she says here that people always ask me, why did I choose to change my name to Lauren? For the umpteenth time, Lauren Finmore was my favorite actress growing up, and that Michael Baldwin was fine. Just waiting on the judge to sign off. So you're changing your name so it can be the name of someone that you're a fan of. And then you don't want us to think that you're a fan of Evelyn? I think she's not only, I think she's a fan of Jen's. I think she's a fan of Jen's. I think she's a fan of Evelyn's. So that's what I was going to say, Alteria. Just like Christian is changed or has just changed his name from Walden to Gold, Auntie is changing her name to Lauren. Her real name is Jamaria, right? Isn't it Jamaria? And I heard when Auntie Christina was over here on the show that first day, and she kept calling her Jamaria. And I thought she was just being, I thought she was just kind of like poking at her because, you know, sometimes people like to go by their middle name. And I thought, well, maybe she's calling her by her first name and the name she's always known her. But now she goes by Lauren because Lauren must be her middle name or something. To find out that this isn't this lady's name and that she wants to be named after this white lady who is an actress who I'm guessing she ain't never met, is weird. Yet we ain't supposed to think she fanning out about Jen being her niece. We ain't supposed to think she ain't fanning out about Evelyn. I'm just saying, it's weird, y'all. It's super duper weird. Now, let me say this too. Another lie. She said that there were that her nephew had a team of lawyers. That's why they're not out here talking. Honey, that has been proven to be a lie. And it's been proven to be a lie because, hold on one second. Oh, okay. Never mind. That was proven to be a lie because the paperwork that he submitted to answer these two lawsuits, he wrote himself, and it says that he is pro se. He is representing himself. That, my dear, was another lie. Ugh, child. You know what? If it wasn't so late, you know what, y'all? And I'll be honest, if it wasn't so late, I would call her because I really was gonna call her. But it's midnight in Atlanta. Now I don't know if she's already in Vegas. It is August. It is the end of August. I know she was trying to get here in time for filming and whatnot. But I don't know if she's on this coast. So I'm not gonna call her. But I thought about it. Here, let me text her. Let's text her. I would call her, but it's kind of late, Alteria. I don't want to be disrespectful calling the lady. Then she'll be saying that. This blogger midnight. Child. I would call her though. She don't know me. I will call you. What'd you say? Yeah, I know, right? Is she are you watching? Let me see if she watching, child. Let me text her. See, unless she done blocked me. Oh God, I'm looking at the last message she sent me was July 12th. And she said, and you seem to forget the message where Evelyn told me to pull up. And I did. Fuck out of here. Tell Alteria and Tobias, keep watching. Some good shit coming real soon. We waiting. Y'all, that was on August 12th. Okay. That was on August 12th. We waiting on the good shit. When is the good shit coming? All right. When is the good shit coming? Okay, now there's something else I want to talk about real quick too. I told you that Evelyn did an interview with the Shade Room, and she talks a little bit about like the interview. There was only a small portion where they talked about Jen and Christian. There was a small portion where they discussed Jackie Christie and her daughter Chantel and what happened on the show. But the rest of the interview is really just about getting to know Evelyn and what her life is like and her family situation and that sort of thing. You know what? There is another part of this I probably should play, but I'm just going to play this little part where she's talking about her friendship with Jen and what transpired between them. Okay. This season.
I feel like it was tough coming in this season because of the hot mic moment. If you remember, the reunion aired a hot mic moment. And although it was my real opinion about who she's now married to, I never wanted it to be on the show. You know, I never wanted to come on here to talk about her relationship. Like, that's her man, you know? So, and we had that issue years ago when she was talking about Chad. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to do that. So when they aired the hot.
Let me say something about that. So if you guys have really watched this show, there were 2 times, and I forgot about this situation. Because, you know, and let me go back, and I want to say something publicly, because I think it's important to clear things up. Okay. So I made a comment when Jen and Christian made a little appearance over here. And I said to them, I said, well, look, one, do you think that Evelyn, is there a chance that with you guys having such a long relationship, friendship, that she was merely speaking out of concern for you and your well-being because of what she's hearing about your husband or your fiance at the time? I'm paraphrasing, but that's pretty much what I was asking her. And she was like, no. And I said, well, here's the thing. I mean, you know, we were talking about how they got cool again. They're off again, on again. And I said, well, I would have had a problem being cool again after somebody is running across a table acting like they want to whip my ass. Right now, I said that. And I meant that because for me, it's like, well, when we get to a place where you want to lay hands on me, we can be at peace, but that doesn't mean we have to be in proximity to one another at that point, right? I will never be as cool with you because you wanted to put your hands on me. But I forgot why that lady was running across the table. Okay. I was reminded that the reason why she was running across that table is because she and Jen had a 20-year relationship, and that she had a relationship, by she, I mean Jen, had a relationship with Evelyn's daughter. And they had their own private relationship in the sense that, you know, she would come, get her, they go to lunch, they hang out, do things without Evelyn being around. She has known that young lady since she was a young girl. So later, Evelyn hears that allegedly Jen had said some things or mentioned Shanice in a very disrespectful manner, Shanice being her daughter. And she mentioned her in a disrespectful manner. And that's what Evelyn is responding to. I might run across the table. I forgot about that part. Okay. Now, I also forgot about this part. I forgot that at another time, and this is what she's mentioning right now. This is what she's making reference to. That when Jen and Evelyn were friends, while Evelyn was going through her relationship, she was, I want to say, Evelyn was with Ocho Cinco at the time, Chad Ocho Cinco, right? And when she was with him, Jen did an interview. She went on somebody's podcast. I don't even know where she was, but she did an interview and spoke on Evelyn's relationship with Ocho Cinco. She said that she thought he was this is paraphrasing, that he was a clout chaser, that he was just using Evelyn because he was an attention whore, you know, that she didn't like that part of him, and she thought that maybe he's taking advantage of, this is the way I heard it, that he's trying to take advantage of Evelyn's visibility to the public because he likes attention. Okay. Now, she said this in an interview while she and Evelyn are supposed to be tight friends. They're supposed to be besties, if you will. Okay. for lack of a better term. I would say they were besties on that show. Okay. They had a long-term friendship, and she has a relationship with her child, and she's mentioning her concern about her relationship with Ocho Cinco, but she's not saying it to Evelyn. She's saying it on a podcast. Okay. Now, I'm sure they want to compare that to this hot mic moment, but let's be clear. Evelyn wasn't on a show speaking badly or speaking of her concern for Jen. She was mic'd up and didn't realize it was hot. She was off stage. It was during the reunion. So that was a comment that she made, but she made it at a time when she thought that comment would be private. Okay. Now, is that right or wrong? I don't know. Maybe she should have said something to Jen before that moment. But what she did do was she reached out to Jen after that to lay out her concerns. Okay? To lay out why she said what she did. She apologized. She reached out to Jen. Jen did not respond. Okay? Now, Evelyn's going to kind of speak on that. And I just think it's important to give that backstory. And here's the other thing I want to say. So I apologize because I forgot those things. Because I had judgment too. Like I wouldn't want to be friends either. But then again, Evelyn, you good. Because I don't think I would want to be friends with her. Anyway, I'm just saying. Yeah, y'all's friendship is, yeah. Okay, at this point, and the way Jim was talking about Evelyn over here, like I didn't like that either. I mean, honestly, she made it sound like Evelyn was on some bullshit. And when in fact, when you thought that Chad was using Evelyn, Jen, you didn't have any problems vocalizing that. But what Evelyn is concerned about is the fact that your husband is accused of scamming people and is continuing to scam people and has not paid people back and is actually trading for other people. He said he wasn't trading for others because legally he cannot do that, but he was doing that. He was, in fact, asking people to fund their accounts. They were all supposed to put their money in an account and he was going to trade on their behalf. That is illegal. That is what he asked these people to do. And there's proof. So her concerns, honestly, Evelyn's concerns are a lot bigger and probably more serious than your little concerns about a clout chasing fiance. I'm just saying. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me go up here a little bit because I know y'all got comments. Okay, hold on. Wait, Aunt Natty said, call her ass B. She in Vegas preparing for filming. You think she is? Wait. Hold on one second, y'all. Oh, okay. So here's a text. Never mind, I just see something. So here's a text that was posted online that Evelyn sent right after the reunion. It's on her page. So I'm going to read it. Okay. It says, if you are up to it. Now, this is on July 30th, 2024. This is July 30th of last year. Right after the reunion, okay? All right. So it says, if you are up to it, I will call you tomorrow to explain what that conversation with the private eye was about off camera. Okay, so it was a conversation she had with the private eye. Because if you know, last season, Evelyn expressed her interest in going into becoming a private eye. Child, when she said that, to be quite honest, honey, I love investigating shit. Okay. So I was like, oh, I should do. Actually, a couple of my girlfriends and I talked about doing that. Anyway, this was years ago. Okay, listen. I will explain I will call you tomorrow to explain what that conversation with the private eye was about off camera. They basically forced me today to have an opinion about you and your relationship, which all season I told them I didn't want to because I didn't want it to create drama between us. I will be emailing Ronica and Lauren tomorrow. Now I don't know who that is, but okay. It says, have a safe flight, and I'm sorry if that was hurtful. Okay. And so I get it, but honestly, her concerns were not concerns that she expressed on the show. She was avoiding even saying anything on the show. So I'm sure when they got that on the mic, got a hot mic moment out of that, and had a situation where they could actually pinpoint what Evelyn's opinion on the matter was, they went with it. Child. Let me say this too. Shade Room, I'm just showing this little clip. Okay. I'm gonna give commentary in between. This is fair use. All right. Shade Room, please don't be mad. Okay. All right. Aunt Natty said, call her. I don't know. Y'all think she really did? Let's see. Alteria said she's in ATL. She's been partying with Jen and Robert. Okay, so see y'all. I'm not gonna call her because it's after midnight and things, child. I don't want to make her mad. Let's see. What else are y'all saying? Alteria said we waiting for the good shit because everything we said came through. Yeah, because Christian was served with a second lawsuit, which I mentioned not too long ago. Yeah, he got a lot on his plate. Jen, you should be very concerned. Has he paid his child support, Jen? Could you help him with that part at least? And Christian, could you pay that person $800? Get that off your plate. I'm just saying. Okay. What else y'all saying in here? Let's see. I don't know Basketball Wives. Oh, I didn't know Basketball Wives still came on until this Jen and Christian mess. Yep, sure does. I think there was a little hiatus at one time, and there were two different franchises. There was the Miami and then LA, and now they're combined. So Evelyn used to be in the Miami show. Jackie Christie was over in the LA show, and now they're combined. They're one show, but they're based out of LA. Let's see what else y'all saying in here. Callie Cooley said Jen likes criminals and thug passion. Oh my God, not thug passion. What's the thing? Oh God. Okay. Natty said, but V, Evelyn is a pro at this. Once the mic go on, watch what you say. Lately, a lot of these reality stars are using that when they are called out. Well, they are calling it a hot mic moment, and evidently it was not on film. It was just on the mic. So I could see how they might think that, okay, this is off the record because the cameras are off. And I'm sure they walk around all the time with their mics on and they're talking about stuff, but they know when it's, when they're filming and when they're not filming. And maybe in that moment, they just didn't realize it. So but I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. Sassy Experience, a child. The fact that Evelyn is the hero in the story shows you just how much a scammer and trash bag Jen's husband is. What you trying to say about Evelyn? Anyway, what you trying to say? Pammy said they all live on IG. Who is? They live right now? Hold on. I know you lying. Hold on, y'all. Where they live at, y'all? Where are they live? Tell me. Hold on. I don't see that they're live, y'all. Where are they live at? Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Where they at? Where is they at? What? Yes, they live on Instagram on Lauren's page. I was just on Lauren's page. Hold on. This is weird. Hold on. She is not live, y'all. No. I do not see. She still can't. Okay, can somebody send me the link then? I told you. What you say, Auntie? Hold on. Okay, so look, if she, hold on then. Hold on now. Hold on. Somebody send me the link because from what I can tell, Alteria. Oh, live on Twitch. Are they live on Twitch? Hold the hell on. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. I'm getting it, y'all. I do not see where they live. That's oh, they're on Twitch. Okay. Hold on. Let me move this. Alteria, can you send me? Are you on IG by chance? Because somehow well, wait, I might be able to do this myself. Copy. Hold on. Ooh, are they live for real? So they on Twitch. Proceed. Oh, okay. Here we go, y'all. What they doing? Hold on.
I'm gonna tell you. It's too late. Drink. Yeah, pass out, niggas. Take the drink. Tell me. He's not gonna tell you, bro.
The 8. What was the 8?
8 is.
Oh yes.
I'm calling her, y'all.
Yeah. Listen, it's on it. Christian, Jen, Reggie, and fucking Kim.
Yes.
They are paying very much attention.
Oh,
No,
Jen and
she's not looking at her phone.
I think that's a little inappropriate to be
Mine ring on you.
Uh-oh.
I'm the police.
She see her phone?
Right?
Ooh, she just saw her phone, y'all. Wait a minute, let me call her again.
The door is closed.
All right.
Hi.
Take a shot.
Oh, she ain't answering, y'all. But I think she just saw her phone, child.
What's that?
So this right here,
Oh.
I believe this guy right here in the front, I believe, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but is this not Sir Luke? Is this Sir Luke right here with this blonde hair? No. Wait, oh no, that's Armani. Okay, so this is Armani, the one that introduced them. Okay, who allegedly lives with them. That's what I said. Allegedly, this man right here lives with that married couple over there. Okay. Oh shit. Oh, they go. What happened? Ooh, this channel has no content. They took it down. What the hell? Oh, they be watching. Somebody who told them? Who told them we was over here watching them? You know who called them? They took this shit down because of us, y'all. Now I tried to call Auntie. She wouldn't answer the phone, child. They over there having a good old time. I thought that was a perfect time for us to get them on the phone and ask about these lies. And I asked whether or not that child support got paid. And I want to know how you can be over there partying and drinking and having a good time when them babies ain't had their child support. Now that ain't right. Damn it. That just ain't right. They look like they was having a good old time. Let me see. They done took all the shit down. They ain't got nothing on this page. Why they took it down, y'all? Oh God. I guess now we beefing. Jesus. Are we beefing too? We beefing. Well, you know, I'm just a miserable bitch, so I ain't got shit to do anyway. Okay? I ain't got shit else going on anyway. Let's get back over here to this damn interview. Okay? Well, I'll be damned. They was having a good old time. I thought we was a part of it. And now they kicked us out the damn party. Well, I'll be damned. Ah, these people. Why they mad at me, y'all? Who told them we was watching? I want to know which one of you motherfuckers called over there and told them we was watching them. Huh? Am I blocked, V? You think she blocked me? If I wasn't blocked before, I might be blocked now. I just tried to call her. I just wanted to get her side. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, they all vacation at a cabin and things. You know, they do a lot of couple stuff. They do a lot of couple overnights and shit. Now, I don't know what that's about because I have done them, but they do them frequently. So I'm just saying. Don't come for me. I'm just saying, it just seems interesting. I've been married and I have friends that are married, and you know, it just seemed interesting because I want to say within the last 3-4 months, they done been to like at least 3 different damn couples only overnights and shit. I don't anywho, and they can afford to go to a cabin, but then babies ain't got their damn child support. And then people ain't got their money back, Christian. Give them their money. And give that person $100 back. That just seemed like a real easy fix. Give Kiki her $1,500 too. That seemed easy too. Anyway, especially when you got $5 million we talking about. But okay, let's listen to Evelyn talk about this relationship.
Mic moment, if you look at my face, I'm like, I knew she was gonna feel some type of way about it.
So her thing is, why didn't you call her and tell her?
So about how I felt,
yes,
because that was supposed to be a private feeling, you know. It's like, and you know, and I say that because I know she's not in a place to receive how I was feeling at the time. They were planning a wedding, you know. She's like, my man, you know, and she's happy. So I'm like, I don't want to basically say, hey, this is what I think, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I think, right? But then when the hot mic moment aired, I was like, I'm gonna have to have a conversation with her. So I ended up reaching out to her. Did it air in the first episode? So I texted her twice. I sent her a long text message like that night. And I said, hey, I know that was probably difficult for you to hear. You know, let me explain what it was, because I didn't want her to think I was in a scene talking about it. It was basically, I was sitting down waiting to shoot a scene and they picked up what I was saying on the mic.
Oh, that's messy.
It is. And it's never happened to me in all the years of the show. I'll tell you that. So when I heard a voice pop up on that reunion, well, you know, some of the ladies got an opinion about you. I'm thinking, it ain't me, because I ain't said nothing. But it was me. And I was one of the main people they wanted to have their opinion because of my relationship with her. So it was up, and I texted her that night. She never responded. So I was like, okay, cool. Let me give it a couple of days. Then when it came out, when her husband ended up going to jail, in my mind, I'm like, you know, this is a good opportunity for me to talk to her, because I figure he's not in her space, just to try to reach out to her again. And she didn't. So by the time we filmed the Friendsgiving, I was like, I reached out to you twice. Like, I was like, I love you. You know, I just want the best for you. I just want you to be careful. Like, I feel like, although we're not close how we were in Miami, I feel like we're also, we've known each other for so long. And I want.
Let me say this with all due respect. So here, I'll be honest. So I'm sitting here saying how I would want to be cool with a person. I'll be honest. I am that person that even when you do me wrong, if we had a long standing relationship, if I ever said to you out of my mouth that I love you for any reason, and then something transpires, even if you did me wrong, I'm still going to be hurt by it, and I'm still going to want to make some level of peace. And the love doesn't go away. So I get what she's saying. Like, okay, we've known each other for so long. Yeah, there's been some bullshit in the past. However, now Jen is in this predicament. So it appears she seems to be in a predicament. She seems to be in a relationship with someone who may be taking advantage of her, maybe taking advantage of the access that she has to entertainers or people with money, or however he perceives that as an opportunity. And we've known each other forever. We've had this relationship. You've been around my child. Y'all have a relationship. We made good on that. I could see her still wanting to say, look, I didn't mean to hurt you. And I hope you didn't feel a way about it, but that, you know, maybe they could have a conversation afterwards. I still understand Evelyn's perspective right here. Okay. And can we just say the cheekbones are cheekboning? That's all I want to say. Let me see what y'all saying over here real quick. V, you interrupted their infomercial for their swingers recruiting party. Okay, so you said it. I'm just saying it seemed like a whole lot of couple overnights be happening. In fact, we'll come back to it because there's a clip that had me thinking like, what y'all doing at these overnights? Oh God. Okay. Anyway, let's listen.
Want you to we can give each other advice or opinions about if we're concerned about something.
So you guys initially fell out because she was sharing her concerns about Chad at the time, right?
That was years ago. In Miami.
When you first fell
she
out.
had did an interview talking about Chad, and she was basically saying, mind you, she didn't know the ins and outs of my relationship with him because nobody knew.
Right.
But at the time when she was doing interviews about, like, whenever she made a comment, it was about him being a media whore. Like, she wasn't really vibing him because he was a media whore, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, girl, like, you're my, and we're like, that's my girl at the time. And I'm like, why are you like saying negative things about him? And then that's when things went left.
So looking back, considering before everything happened with you guys, you were obviously very much in Chad and Evelyn world, and, you know, not trying to hear it from anybody. And it seems as though she's probably in that world right now, regardless of what concerns people have. So do you feel like you can give her grace in that? Or do you feel like,
well, which is why I didn't want to touch it from the beginning, you know, because I get it. I see it when you in love and you like, this is my man or whatever. Cool. And she's grown, like me and Jennifer, you know, I think we're both turning 50 this year, you know, so I
don't
didn't.
both look good.
Thank you. Thank you. I didn't want.
Let's be clear. Jen is turning 50 and she married her son. Okay. She married the son she never had. Then, okay, I'm 55. All right. I'm 55. My son will be 35 this year. Yes. He'll be 35 this year in December. Christian is 32 or 33, something like that. She married her son. Do you understand me? That's her child. Anyway. But so, yes, they look good. And Jen married her son. That's all I'm saying.
I just didn't want to be in her business and I didn't want to pry. So when the show aired, you have to think because she didn't respond to my text messages, we're now shooting a show and we have to continue where we left off.
Yeah.
I wanted to leave off where we talked privately because that's why I reached out to her. But because she never responded, it now picks up what happened at the mic moment because she didn't feel like talking. And she basically said, I didn't feel like talking at the time. You know, I'm sorry, or whatever she had said that day. And
so flash forward, you now, is that if someone had concerns about someone you were seeing, a trusted friend, because she was a trusted friend at that time, would you want to know their reservations, or do you feel like I don't want to know? Like how would you receive it now, and who does that even matter from outside of your children?
Yeah, I think if it's someone that you have a close relationship with and that has known you for a long time, I would be open to that, because sometimes when you are in love and in you know, love land, and you know, there's certain things you just don't see.
Yeah.
You know, and there's something that my sister or like my bestie is probably seeing. I think there's also a way of how to deliver that information, you know. But yeah, I would be open to it because I feel like that's what you have your girlfriends for, to be like, hey sis, I love you and I know you're happy in this relationship. This is what I know, or I'm just letting you know, and you could decide what you want to do from there.
What are the rules of that? Like telling your friend about their man, you know,
honey, let me tell you what the rule is. The rule is, in my friendship, if you know anything about my man, if you saw him cheating on me, if you heard he was stealing from somebody, if you heard some bullshit about my man, I'm gonna need you to tell me. If you my friend and you know some shit and you ain't tell me, and then later I found out you knew the shit and you ain't tell me, I'm breaking up with him and I'm breaking up with you. Period. Okay. Now here's the other rule too. I don't know if it's a rule or just a rule of thumb for VLenore. Baby, I don't know how to keep my mouth shut. Okay. If I hear some shit, I'm going to tell you, and me and you might fall out. There was one girl in particular. I told y'all this story before, but there was a friend of mine that I knew this was years ago when I lived in Atlanta. We were in our 20s. She was a friend that she had been a friend of mine from the time, maybe about 3-4 months after I moved to Atlanta. She was new to Atlanta as well. I forgot how we met. I think we might have met at the gym or something like that, but we were both new to town. So we were friends for a couple of years, at least before this time, about 3 years. We were friends for about 3 years. And then something happened and I had a 2-bedroom at the time. My son was in Ohio at the time. So I had this extra bedroom and I was only going to be living in the apartment for another 6 months. Right. So she needed a place to stay. So I said, well, you can come and stay in the second bedroom. So she did. She had just started dating this guy and he started coming to the house. Right. He was coming. He seemed like a nice enough guy. But what I noticed was he seemed like there was just many signs that this man was gay. I mean, many signs. Okay. Now, I didn't say anything right away. So one day I had some friends over. It was my boyfriend at the time. He came over. A friend of mine who's a male, he came over. And one of my girlfriends came over. And then the roommate, she was there as well, right? So we were like playing games, hanging out, eating, having a good time. And then her guy friend came over. He like, we had been kicking it for about 2 or 3 hours before he comes. And when he came, it was like nearing the time where, you know, people were probably going to start leaving anyway, but she wanted to go, you know, she and her guy went to the bedroom. Now, when they're in there, I don't say anything, right? Because this is my friend. And I think that the man is gay, but I don't say anything, right? So as soon as they go in the bedroom or whatever, my one friend said, the guy that wasn't my boyfriend, the guy, the other guy, he says, who gonna tell her? I said, what you talking about? He said, who gonna tell her man is gay? I said, I don't. I said, you think he gay? It was like, hell yeah. So the whole room, it was a whole consensus that this man is gay, just by many things. I want to say he sat down and talked to us for about 30 minutes or whatever before they went to the bedroom or whatever. But they were like, nah, V, you got to tell her. You got to tell her. How you going to be her friend and you don't tell her that he gay? I said, you don't think she already know? Like, maybe she okay with it or whatever. He was like, well, maybe she don't realize it. So they had guilted me into going ahead and saying something to the girl. Now, baby, even though I'm that friend that will tell you something, I just wasn't ready yet. I wanted to like give it some more time, see a little bit more evidence. But these 3 people were like, oh, hell no, that man is gay. So a couple days later, I said to her, hey, there's someone I want to talk to you about, you know? And I was very delicate with it, trust and believe, because I knew that's sensitive, right? And who, you know, I mean, there was just so many signs, things that he would say and do, and it was just weird. So I asked her, I said, I don't know how I put it, but basically I told her that I thought there's a good chance that he might be gay. And do you think that? She was like, he's not gay. Why would you say that? He's with me. And I said, yeah, but there are men that will date women, but also, you know, they like men too. I was like, have you ever asked him that? She's like, no, I didn't ask him that. And I was like, okay. I said, well, look, I said, it's up to you. That's your man. You know your man better than I know your man. I said, but it just appears that something else could be going on. We were never right again after that. Now, like I told you, I was already getting ready to move out. Okay. Another reason why my son wasn't there. So she was there about 2 more months. And then that was around a month or so before I was leaving. But those 2 months, she barely talked to me again. And then once she moved, I think I spoke to her like twice, honey. I haven't talked to her in 25 years, all because I suggested that her man might be gay. Now, she did go on and marry that man, but they didn't stay married long. I don't know why. But we fell out. Now, this is what I will say. Even though we fell out, I would do the same thing again. Because she was just that close of a friend. She was close enough for me to say, yeah, you can come live with me. You can come stay at my place. She was cool enough with me where she felt the need to ask and felt comfortable in asking. So we had a good relationship. You know, she was one of my closest friends at the time. Baby, if something is going on with your man and you my friend and I know about it, I'm going to say something. And my friends, honey, they always tell me to. They always tell me to. And that's a real friend. That's a real friendship. Okay. And it sounds like now here's the other thing. There are other people that I know that don't want you to tell them anything. There's certain friends of mine that don't want to know. If you found out that their person was cheating on them and you saw them out cheating, they don't want you to say anything. I'm still going to say it. If I saw it, I'm probably going to say something to him and then and tell him he's got a certain amount of time before I tell her. But he better tell her. That's just me. That is just me, child. Hold on. I see messages. Okay. Miss Principal, thank you for the super chat. I tread lightly about people and their man because trash pandas are very protective of their trash. But you know what? I'm going to be able to sleep at night. I'm going to tell you. I'm going to try to be delicate in the way in which I tell you, and I'm not going to just call you up to tell you. Depends on it depends on the circumstance. It depends on what it is that I need to say or feel the need to say. And it also depends on that person. So, you got to find the right space and time to do it. But baby, I'm going to tell you. Okay. And you better tell me. If you my damn friend, honey, we ain't going to be friends. If I find out that the shit is going down and you knew about it, we will never be friends again. I'm serious about that. Anyway, thank you, Miss Principal. Okay, let's listen a little further. It's not much more. This is the only part I really wanted to play, I think.
I would want to know, and I would tell my friend, but I've seen, it seems like a lot of people sometimes would like both you and Jen at different times kind of took that like very personal. So like, what are the
well, I think, I also think it depends on the circumstance.
Yeah.
Right. So with that situation, there was, you have victims that are coming out. There's like, RICO cases. And I'm thinking about her. I'm like, dang, I don't want her involved in none of this. You know what I mean? Like if he's doing what he's doing, cool, whatever. For her, I didn't want her involved in any of that because I feel like she's an innocent bystander. She's not trading, and she doesn't have the RICO case, but when you're with somebody for so long, you don't know how you're intertwining things. So that was my concern for her. And
it was a good concern to have, because the truth of the matter is, Kiki, thank you for the Cash App, Kiki. You're so sweet. What did she just say? Something she just said. Wait a minute.
And people can have their opinions and say, well, stay out your friends. But no, if I feel like you're driving your car at 100 miles per hour and I see
that's what I was about to say. That was a very good concern to have, because who was it that said that they Cash App? Was it Nene? Nene said that she sent money to Christian via an account that had Jen's name on it as well. So obviously things are intertwining. Obviously some shit was going down. And obviously he's pulling her into it. Thomas was on here a couple weeks ago and stated that he believes wholeheartedly that Jen is fully aware of what Christian is doing. I don't know if that's true, but I think that, when you've got multiple cases coming against you, look, in the same way that we can hear a lie and the inconsistencies, you're not going to tell me that Jen hasn't heard it too. I just don't believe that, even though she may not be out here actively seeking to find the information, because some people don't want to know shit. If something is going on, they will turn a blind eye, and that's how they prefer it. She might be one of those people, but I would guess that somebody has sent her clips of shit, information to prove that he has said this thing here and he's saying another thing over there. For her to sit on Carlos King's couch and say he's got more money than me, he pays most of the bills around here or whatever, tells me that she's delusional, because that man is not worth $5 million. If he was, he wouldn't have all these people coming after him. Because I would pay them just to get, if I had it in my account, why wouldn't you just pay those people that are causing all of this havoc? Then you could go back on Basketball Wives and nobody would really be talking about it because it would have been put to rest. Why hasn't he paid his child support? If he is worth $5 million and you can travel back and forth to Europe, why can't you pay your child support? Because your children are important, correct? You said that over here. Your children matter. But I can't tell because you haven't seen them and you haven't paid child support at least in over a year that we know of, that I know of. And you have an order in place that went in place to start in June, and your aunt said you paid it early when in fact you haven't paid it at all. Child.
Something can happen to you. If I can be like, hey, you know, I don't think maybe you should think about this, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
So that's just me.
So big question everyone wants to know is how come you can talk about her husband being a felon, but she can't talk about your grandchild's father being a felon?
Well, because she can say whatever she wants.
Yeah.
But for clarity, when she said that, I didn't know whether the Jay was a felon or not. You know?
And he's not.
She said, well, he a felon. I said, well, is he? You know,
I you can't walk the streets of LA.
I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I just know what I know. You know, I haven't done a background check on him or whatever.
Have you done one now?
I know he's not a felon. I know he's not a felon, you know. But I think that, so the difference is, to me, is at the time he was an active cast member per se. You know, like he was shooting.
Jennifer's husband.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, he's shooting the show like One of Us. You know, he's a basketball wife at this point.
Oh, Christian, you was one of the girls. Look at there. You the whole one of the girls. Okay.
One of the girls.
He was one of the girls.
Shit.
You know, I'm like, he's on the emails with producers. You know, yeah, I get it. Cool, whatever. You know, I'm not gonna knock your hustle. But Shaw wasn't shooting the show at that point. And when we had the pop-up shop, she sat and apologized to my daughter. I'm sorry that you have been brought up in this space. Is not fair to you, you know, because Shaw's not on the show. She's not. She one of the girls, you know. But listen, it's all fair and war, you know. Like you could say if she felt attacked, she said what she said about Jay, and you know, it is what it is, you know.
Yeah. Well, you're an abuela now.
I'm an abuela.
What does your why do I keep almost saying grandfather? Your grandson.
I'm my grandson. What does he call me?
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't really talk, but we're trying to kind of like, so in Spanish is abuelita.
Abuelita, yeah.
But we cut it short, Lita.
I love.
So every time Shanice comes out, she's like, say hi to Lita.
Oh, that's cute.
Girl, that's my baby.
You're a fine grandma.
Thank you. You know, I said, how did Jay? I got a bone to pick with him. I was telling him, I got a bone to pick with you. I went from a MILF to a GILF.
Yes.
What the hell?
And do you approve of him?
Hold on.
And
Let me stop right there because I think they are about to talk, but I don't really want to get into talk about this. But what I will say is, she goes in, and I'm not going to play this part. Actually, I'm going to stop it now. But she goes in to talk about some of the things that, like Lauren mentioned over here. She mentioned that, you know, Game slept with both of them. She addresses that never happened. And here's the thing, like something like that, it's like, how would you know? Like that's something that could really be considered slander, that could get you in trouble, especially if you can't, that's not even something you could prove, even if it were true. So I think that's kind of effed up. She also accused Game of being a felon, which obviously he is not a felon. In fact, I talked to another person who just the other day, we were kind of talking about this storyline, and he was like, no, Game is not a felon. So, okay. So there's that. Okay. What else did I want to show y'all? Oh, right here. Let's come here for 1 second. What time is it? Okay, we got a little bit more time. little bit more time. You know I ain't ate, y'all. Okay. I can't believe that they took us off of the thing. Why they in there live, y'all? Why they in there live? Thank you for the Cash App. Thank you. I got a surprise Cash App. Okay. Okay, let's play this part. This is when Evelyn, Lord, when Lauren came over here and Jen and Christian came over to jump into the conversation. This is the part when I asked about how she felt about Evelyn. Like maybe it's possible that Evelyn really cared about what was going on. And let's hear what she said. I got one question for Jen. I don't know if she's sitting nearby, but here's my question for Jen. This is what I will say. I understand why friends, because I've had friends that have questioned, you know, who I've chosen as mates for myself.
Facts.
And I have understood that it was done in love. Is there anything, did she ever feel as if some of the folks who questioned her relationship with Christian, that it came from a good place, as opposed to, I understand we're talking about, you know, she and Evelyn have had history, decades long history, where they were, we met her as Evelyn's best friend. Let me say this too, y'all. And I said I was going to correct this. This is something else that I said after this interview. I did a Zoom with my members, and we had a whole discussion, and there was discussion around Jen bringing up Shanice, which was Evelyn's daughter. And I was under the impression that who was it though? It was Laura Govan. I was under the impression that Evelyn was the person who brought Jackie. It was about Jackie Christie. I don't know. Was that? It was after this Zoom. I mean, this interview. We did the Zoom. We had this discussion, and I was under the impression that Evelyn brought Chantel, who is Jackie Christie's daughter, onto the show to like kind of take digs at Jackie and to hear what the daughter had to say about Jackie and that sort of thing. And I was under the impression, well, look, if Evelyn can bring Jackie's daughter onto the show, then and talk about, you know, to kind of pull her into some mess, then maybe it does make sense that they may say something about her daughter. Only for me to find out later, it was not Evelyn. Evelyn didn't do that. That was Laura Govan. She brought on Jackie's daughter and had a whole situation. Now, with that said, she brought on Chantel. Chantel came on talking shit about her mother, and then gave information about the older sister and her treatment and that sort of thing. And that was a whole big deal. But Jackie was able to get over all of that and be cool with Laura again. But she got heat for Evelyn. That's just what's weird to me. She got heat for Evelyn. Everybody got heat for Evelyn, child. Anyway, let's listen. When she and Evelyn got back, I just saying all that to say I was wrong, and I apologize for that misinformation. Together, because I know that there was a break in their friendship. They got back together. They were cool. Did she ever give Evelyn the benefit of the doubt that maybe she was coming from a good place, or no?
So I can answer that very quickly. There have been real friends of mine that have asked me things, And once I have a conversation, they let it go because that's what your real friends do. And that's what I would do for my real friends as well. I wouldn't go on a whole rampage and get obsessive and do all of this other weirdo ass shit. So
now, just for the record, what weirdo ass shit are we talking about though? Because honestly, from what I can tell, obviously there was the hot mic moment. They had a couple of conversations where she was trying to address the situation with Jen regarding Christian actually doing some trading. Was he really supposed to be trading? He's a felon. You know, they had a real conversation about that. And part of the reason why they had it was because Kiki had talked to Evelyn about the situation because they are family. They share family. Okay. So that was her she was able to talk to someone who actually knew Jen, who actually knew something about the situation, and who could maybe even give Jen a heads up on what the hell was going on. Right. So outside of that, I'm not sure the weirdo ass shit she's talking about, because I didn't really see any of this shit really play out in social media from Evelyn's side of the fence. Now, I understand that there was some post that was made that came across as a subliminal based upon what was going on, but she didn't name names and she didn't attack, but they came over to her page and attacked her in the comment section. And by they, I mean the guy that we saw in the front of the screen just a minute ago on Twitch, Armani, as well as Lauren. They came over there and they had words for Evelyn. But outside of that, I didn't really see the weirdo ass shit. So I'm not really sure why she's this offended, because honestly, she went on a podcast and talked about this lady's fiance at the time, who was also a public person. So think about that. You got two public people, one of which is one of your dearest friends. You say you're concerned about him. You say you don't like these things about him, but you didn't say these things to Evelyn. But you're mad that she's saying something to you about a man who is actually being charged with crimes. He's being accused of crimes. Ocho Cinco was not being accused of crimes. He was just being accused of being a clout chaser. So I don't really understand why you don't get why somebody would be concerned. But okay.
Maybe in the beginning it came from a good place, but it went to some place that is not good. So if the intention was good, it did not end up to be that way. It's like, if you have concerns, you have a conversation, the person says what they want to say, and you leave it alone. I'm 49 years old. Let me do what the fuck I want to do. If I fall on my face, which I have before, I have always got the fuck back up. So why are you so concerned? You have a fucking daughter. Be concerned about that, because that nigga got shit going on.
Okay. So right here, why are we talking about Evelyn's daughter?
Like, leave me alone. I'm a grown ass woman. So it's too much. It's way too much.
Let me ask you that. And I get that this is the final straw for you where this is concerned, because that's your husband. So I get that. But girl, the final straw for me would have been when she was running across that damn table. How did you get past that and try to mend that relationship?
Well, I think what people don't realize is that, you know, I get it. It's like,
and let me be clear. Let's say if you're going to be mad about something, wouldn't you be mad about that? But then again, I had to be reminded. She was coming across that table because you were talking about her daughter then. So you keep talking about her daughter. Why you keep doing that?
We're filming this show and people think that we came back to being best friends. That's not the case. Like, I never saw Evelyn outside of filming. If we were filming, yes, I saw her. Did I go have drinks with her, go get lunch, go to dinner? Never outside of filming. So I think there's this false perception that this girl is like my best friend. She's not. My best friend, her name is Joy, who planned my bridal shower. Like, that's not my best friend. So let's just like clear that up.
Okay.
So when you are not in my life in that capacity and you do all this extra shit, it doesn't come from a good place.
And I heard
that's all I have to say.
I
Like,
heard you
I'm
say in
over
a
it.
recent interview that, why are they so fucking rude? I ain't doing nothing to these people. You see how they be walking off? Why they be walking off on me, yo? I ain't doing nothing to these people. Good grief. Here, let me go back. I'm gonna show you how this nigga left. Okay, this nigga right here walked off like he dropped the fucking mic. Here, let me see. What? Hold on.
This is the side that the internet does not see and hear.
But you can't file charges against. file for visitation with her.
You cannot file visitation if you do not know where they live.
Hold on one second. Let's go back. Let's go ahead and listen to this. And then watch how this nigga leaves my damn show like I did something to his ass. Shit. Hit the like button.
Over $3,000 a month. She then filed for child support. I actually pretty much begged to be on child support because once there's a court order and someone decides to say, hey, if I decide, hey, I don't want to pay, I go to jail. Yep. If she says, hey, I don't want to honor the visitation rights, I'm not dropping them off, she's held accountable for it.
Okay, so you didn't pay your child support, so should they come and lock you up? I'll wait. Now, I'm nodding my head because let me say this. Let me tell y'all, look, I'm gonna get all up in my business. I'm gonna tell my business right now. Okay. I'm shaking my head about child support because I believe, now some people will disagree with me, but I believe that you probably should file child support when you have a child. Okay. And the reason being, and I didn't do it. I didn't do it for many years. I didn't do it until later. So my son's father would provide, okay, but I got married. So, we weren't married. We were broken up for a few years when I actually got married later, right? And so we got married. His dad is still providing, but of course, my husband and I are doing the bulk of things because we're raising him, right? And then eventually I get a divorce. When I go through my divorce, my son was like 11, I want to say, when we went through a divorce. And during the divorce process, in order for the judge to determine how much money I was going to receive in alimony, I then had to legally file for child support. In that moment, I had to file for child support because the courts weren't going to determine what my need was until they understood what his father, his biological father, was giving. Okay. At that time, I could tell him what he was giving, but the courts wanted an order in place. So I had to file. All right. I filed and that was fine. But here's the thing. After that, I felt like, you know what? I should have probably filed from the beginning. Because honestly, when I came back later and had to say to him, hey, by the way, I need to file for child support. That was not a fun conversation to have because we weren't functioning like that. So now to have this conversation, he's 11 and now we're having this conversation about it, even though everything was fine before. I didn't have a problem, with what he was giving and you know, it wasn't that, but it was just from a legal standpoint, this is what needed to happen. But if that had been in place on the front end, we wouldn't have had the uncomfortable situation when that did transpire. Now, mind you, like I said, it was a difficult conversation. We got through the conversation, things got filed, and as you can see, he and I are still the best of friends, right? That's my family, for real, okay? So it, you know, it worked out fine for me, but I think I feel like it's probably good to go ahead and file child support on the front end, because everybody has protections in place. He knows what he's giving. He has proof of what he's giving. You as the mother, you have, you know, you can count on this money to come at a certain time, that sort of thing. So I think that it's a good idea. In the same way, I recommend it everybody. I don't give a fuck how much money or how little money y'all have, that when you get married, I think you should also get a prenup. I do. I don't care if we both broke. We need a prenup because we might get rich. We need a prenup because I need an understanding when we get out of this situation. If we get out of this situation, what our understanding is. Okay. I just think it's important, because when y'all try to do that shit on the back end, it's so hard. Child, I'm just saying. Anyway, but I digress. Work in Progress said the Aunt Jabella, the Aunt Jabella know who she slept with. Who? What? What you talking about, Jamari? She knows who slept with, child. Work in Progress. Back at it again. I don't get it now, but I promise you, when the bane of my existence dies, I want everything, including the casket he in. See what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. When the bane of your existence die, you need to have everything laid out and understand what you're working with, child. I'm telling you, if you handle it on the front end. Say, Jay, why you looking like that? Life Unleashed, and thank you, Work in Progress. Life Unleashed said, I will get everything my ex has down to his toenails. The courts made sure of it. That evil devil. Oh my God. Okay, let's listen to this Negro.
Yeah. So I said, okay, if we can get a court order put in place, then perfect. I seek legal advice from a family law attorney, and he said, until we get this settled in court, you stop sending money. Cool. I'm taking legal advice. Okay. Up until then, I'm providing for my children a little bit over $3,000 a month, all in all. I was receiving invoices from her to have paper trail that I was pretty much supporting my children financially. And then, like I said, it'll be CashApps, Apple Pays, and things like that on the side. Mm-hmm. She then turned back around because she's up and down. And she said, on my birthday of last year, she said, I need you to check your email. I checked my email, and she wrote the court to dismiss the child support petition. So it's like, what are we doing? Are you playing these mind games with me? Like, what are we doing? So, okay, cool. You get the letter notarized, you send this in to the clerk of court, they dismiss it. Then she gets upset again and refiles with the county we're in. Okay. So now we're back to, like, we're playing ping pong at this point.
Was it a jurisdictional issue? I mean, I don't know what that was about, but we do know that it got done. We do know that it got handled, and she did put in for the, well, you're about to tell us. Let me let you say it.
Of course, I'm getting frustrated because I'm just like, the comment about, oh, he doesn't want to see his children, that is completely false. I've reached out multiple times where it got to the point where she sent me a cease and desist to start reaching out. So if I get a cease and desist on probation, and then you say, oh, well, he's harassing me, he keeps texting me, then now I'm in trouble. So it puts me in a weird place. You tell me to start reaching out, you block me on every platform. So how can I even, I can't even reach out even if I wanted to. See, this is the side that the internet does not see and hear.
But you can't file charges file for visitation with her.
You cannot file visitation if you do not know where they live. And that is something that became ongoing. fast forward to today, we have a child support order. Thank you, Jesus, finally. Right? And now I'm
thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. We finally got an order. We will really thank him when you pay it. That's when we'll really thank him. Will you pay the child support order? Would you stop going to all these? I was about to say something. Stop going to all these overnights and try to get an overnight with your kids.
Now, because in court, I said, with all due respect, this is not out of malicious intent. I'm asking for your address so I can have a sheriff deliver paperwork for a legitimation for petition. A petition for legitimation. She declined that because she was hell-bent on getting a certain amount of money. So it's pretty much like you're going on the internet saying that I don't support and take care of my kids and I don't want to see them. But pretty much in the same breath, you're just like, hey, it's as long as I'm getting my money every single month, cool.
Let me say this. You aren't paying them and you weren't seeing them. So that wasn't a lie. You are saying that you couldn't file for visitation because you didn't know where she lived, but you just said in the next breath that you have an order for child support in place. Don't you know where she lives now? Have you filed for visitation now? Are you seeing your children now? You told me that you had a good relationship with the mother of your oldest child. I heard you don't even talk to her. Because she talks to Auntie Christina, CW, and CW said you don't talk to her. She don't like you like that. Now that's what she said.
And I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm not going to go back and forth with you. This is completely fine. I'll go through the courts. I'll hire a private investigator and we'll find the address. Right? So that is the answer, and that is the concrete truth.
You said there's a court order now. So you're paying child support now, right?
That's correct. That's
correct. Okay. But there was almost a year that there was no child support.
Let me tell you something. So there was a year back and forth. I submitted my financials to the courts.
Okay.
I also did a paternity test because now I'm trying to go to legitimation, right? I know that they're my kids, but you have to go through this process.
Absolutely. Yep.
There was a lot of back and forth. She wasn't submitting her financials. Guess what? A day before court, the Attorney General of the Department of Child Services reaches out to me saying, hey, we have to continue this 30 more days because with child support, when they do the worksheet, they have to have the dad's income and the mother's income.
Yeah.
30 more days passed by, 60 days passed by. We have to continue it again. So I was never the one dragging the court case out. Also on the internet, they say, oh, he missed 2 court dates. If you miss court in the state of Georgia, there will be a warrant for your arrest. There's no questions asked.
Yeah.
Like you don't show up like so it's when people see first on the internet, they believe it. And listen, people are entitled to their own opinion. But like I said, when it comes to my children, I broke my silence because like I said, I don't do the back and forth internet thing that people do. I'm out here doing IPAs every single day, right?
You're doing what?
That is what I do.
What'd you say?
IPAs are income producing activities.
Oh, IPAs. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So like I'm just like that. It's not my lane to get online and do that. Like I've been quiet. I've dealt with the tax from my wife's castmate. I've dealt with the tax now for my children.
Who's that? They talking about Evelyn. They love Evelyn.
Mother, I've dealt with the tax with this attorney. I don't even mention her name because it's just irrelevant to do it. But that's my side of the story. And here's the thing. I only will tell the truth because I've been telling the truth. Oh. I've owned up to being a convicted felon.
Okay.
I love my children. Okay. I love my wife. Okay. Do I have a past? You do too. I do. My aunt, my wife has a past. Am I perfect? No, but I do know my intentions. Have I made mistakes? Most definitely. But that does not stop what I'm doing in the present and what God has ordained for me in the future. And that's it.
God did not have you to go out here and take these people's money and then promise you're going to give it back and then not pay them. Here's the other thing. He's, this is the kind of shit I can't stand. So he didn't pay any money for a while because he claims that he didn't know where the kids were. First of all, visitation and child support, two separate issues. You can't withhold money because you don't get to see the kids. You got to pay for the kids, and then you can, fight for visitation in court. But the two things are not the same, right? But he had not paid anything to these children for at least a year. And to suggest that, we were waiting for an order. Well, the kids still got to eat. They still got to have a place to live. They still need clothes. They still have activities and school and supplies and all kinds of things, medical. All of these things are still happening. So if you had access and the ability to send a CashApp or Zelle it, trust and believe. See, you trust me, I know. They will have you'll have the record in the CashApp, and they will be glad to at least see your behavior over the last year. Have you been paying? What have you been doing? Have you been consistent? How much is it you've been giving? Why would you withhold from your family, from your children, if you love them? That's the part I'm confused about. That I don't get that part. But watch how he leaves my damn interview. Okay, let me go back just a few seconds so he can drop the mic. Yes. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So I'm just like that. It's not my lane to get online and do that. Like I've been quiet. I've dealt with attacks from my wife's castmate. I've dealt with attacks now from my children's mother. I've dealt with attacks with this attorney. I don't even mention her name because it's just irrelevant to do it. But that's my side of the story. And here's the thing. I only will tell the truth because I've been telling the truth. I've owned up to being a convicted felon. I love my children. I love my wife. Do I have a past? You do too. I do. My aunt, my wife has a past. Am I perfect? No, but I do know my intentions. Have I made mistakes? Most definitely. But that does not stop what I'm doing in the present and what God has ordained for me in the future.
Don't throw God in there.
God bless you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. He dropped the mic on my ass. I got a question. Okay, so that was it. I wanted to show from that. So anyway, I'm gonna get out of here with that, child. At the end of the day, these folks have not been telling the truth. Lauren, you did tell us that you were moving to Vegas so that you could be out there by August, September, so you could be out there for filming. You said it. We played. Hell, I'll play it again. Like, don't play with me. Don't play with me. Let me play this shit again. There we go. Yeah, let's play that one more time because I just want that to be clear. You said I'm over here spinning shit. No, I didn't spin nothing. I just basically repeated what you said, and it's clear as day. Let's listen again.
Are seeing the videos, the internet.
Hold on. There we go.
No, unless somebody very close to me passes away, I won't be back here before we relocate to Las Vegas. Because of my schedule in August, and then we're moving in September. Then filming for Basketball Wives and stuff like that is going to start up, again in several months from now, and however that goes or whatever. And we'll have to start, getting prepared for different things. I don't know. Okay. I just don't know what the future holds in the sense of filming and stuff. But I do know that we're expected to be close in regards to filming.
That's what I thought you said. That's what I thought I had heard, child. Alteria said the courts know where she lives and they refuse to give it to Christian. They're protecting the kids and mom. Alteria, this statement is loaded. What you mean they protecting her? Is he dangerous? Because all he do is take people's phones and keys. How come? I'm just curious. Why are they protecting her? That's very telling. You know what I'm saying? That says a lot right there. Why are they protecting the kids and the mom from this man? I didn't say it, Christian. I ain't say it. Anywho. Well, that's all I got for y'all tonight. I hope that we cleared up some shit. I hope we got some shit straight. Okay. I want to thank y'all for being here. I want to thank everybody who contributed tonight. Super chats, gifted memberships, cash apps. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have really been blessing me. I hope we learned some things. I hope we learned some things. First and foremost, please remember, when you lie to VLenore, she will find the truth. That's the first thing. Okay, let's get that straight. The second thing is we need Christian to pay his child support. Okay. And the third thing is Christian and Lauren will never film Basketball Wives again. Allegedly. And that's why I believe that video came down. Okay. And by the way, this is my job, Lauren. This is my job. So, if I do a 5-hour live, think of it as a part-time job because, most people work 8 hours in a day. And I did a 5-hour live doing what I love and getting to the truth and to the root of the matter. Okay. All right. Thank you guys for joining me. See you next time. Smooches.
Boom.